Well, hello, this is Matt DeYoung from VDS, back to bring you the Genesis release highlights for February. Genesis had a total of 44 releases in February across four different release dates. As always, we'll cover the key ones, and all additional notes are available in the Resource Center. So first here, we're actually starting with a deprecation, and that deprecation is to the administrator login using only username and password. So again, this is specific to the administrator login, and it's only for those that are still utilizing just kind of that basic username and password, and no additional security. So this was originally announced by Genesys back in November. And for security purposes, Genesis is simply removing the ability for administrators to log in, again, using only that username and password. The deprecation actually begins the week of March 9th. And moving forward, administrators who were only using that kind of base username and password to log in now must also have multi-factor authentication when signing into Genesys Cloud. So again, this change is going to apply to the administrator accounts that have that kind of elevated access permission, and it's administrator only. The exception, and this exception I think applies to most, is those who already authenticate through single sign-on systems. That single sign-on obviously trumps the basic username and password. So ultimately, Genesis is just making this change to add more security and reduce the risk of any unauthorized access, particularly for those who have that elevated access, the keys to the kingdom, so to speak, of the Genesis Cloud org. So just want to be aware of there. Again, I think for most it probably doesn't impact you, but if it happens to be that you are just using that base username and password to log in at the administrator level, you will be required to also set up multi-factor authentication as well. Next is a neat one for those, really anyone with digital channels where agents are communicating back to customers, and that is the support for data filtering rules in the outbound digital channels. So with this release, organizations can now apply data filtering rules to agent-created outbound digital messages to identify and block sensitive or inappropriate content before those messages are actually sent to the customer. So these filters can be predefined, so things like profanity or emoji filters, or you can create a custom defined filter as well using regular expressions. Once these are in place, then organizations can apply the filtering to outbound messages created by agents, and that just simply helps to prevent the use of any inappropriate language or emojis or anything of that nature, support privacy and regulatory policies, and then overall, just maintains greater control over content sent through digital messaging channels. So again, really kind of a neat one there, particularly if you have any of those any digital channels in place where a agent is communicating back to a customer. Next, some highlights for those with a CX3 or WEM add-on license. First, we have the monthly view for capacity planning results. And with that update, really for those utilizing workforce management, teams can now view capacity planning results at a monthly level in addition to the existing weekly view. So, the monthly view provides a great calendar monthly summary of capacity outcomes. Just kind of enables planners to quickly identify overall trends and prepare concise reports for stakeholders who may be looking for strategic insights. So ultimately, just an update to help reduce the manual effort required to create monthly summaries and presentations. So hopefully a helpful one there. And then next, Genesys also introduced the new Channel Insights dashboard. And that release allows supervisors to view cross-channel adoption and performance metrics for like voice, digital messaging, email, and chat, all in a single place. So the dashboard simply provides time-based visualizations and metrics for things like interaction volume, resolution rate, sentiment score, media type, direction, and then also virtual agent and copilot activity. So some AI components as well. Previously, leaders relied on separate channel-specific reports. So the goal here is just to help supervisors and business leaders quickly access how digital channels perform compared with voice and decide, where to extend digital usage or even focus improvements as well. So another, I think, helpful one there. And then finally, transition to some AI updates from Genesys. The first one being the AI scoring model upgrade for natural language and evaluation questions. So with this release, Genesys Cloud upgraded the underlying AI model used for AI scoring of natural language evaluation questions. And this update really just delivers more consistent and reliable scoring and improves how the model scales as usage grows as well, just allowing teams to see more stable scoring results. The AI evaluations, really provide a key area where organizations can gain efficiency. So if it's not something that you've looked at, don't hesitate to reach out to our team. Certainly an area where yeah, you can just really see and realize that efficiency while also providing feedback to agents, relatively quickly as well. Next, we have the automated agent scoring in speech and text analytics programs. And this update allows admins to configure automated agent scoring within the speech and text analytics programs to evaluate customer interactions at scale using the Genesys virtual supervisor capabilities. So this just helps to ensure consistent, high coverage insights into agent performance just by leveraging AI to score up to 100% of interactions across key areas. Examples might be areas like compliance or sales effectiveness, customer satisfaction, things of that nature. So because the manual workload and timely, reliable evaluations can be reduced, supervisors can more easily identify the coaching opportunities and support agent development as well. So really kind of a neat one there also. And then finally, we have the Genesys virtual agent support for Knowledge Fabric. So you may recall that Knowledge Fabric was officially released back in January. So this update now allows teams to configure virtual agents to use either a Knowledge Workbench or Knowledge Fabric. Bot authors can select Knowledge Fabric configuration and control the generative answer mode and bias settings directly within Architect. And then a key part of this update is it just helps teams keep existing rule-based bots unchanged while enabling kind of the newer bots and virtual agents to deliver context-aware generative responses using knowledge sources like SharePoint, which I know is a big one for many customers, and then just also provides more consistent control over how virtual agents respond at runtime. So definitely a nice one there too, especially with the release of Knowledge Fabric and just utilizing that even more among virtual agent. So with that, that wraps up some of the key highlights from the month of February. Again, all other releases we didn't cover can be viewed directly in the Resource Center. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. As always, thanks so much for your partnership, and thanks for watching. Have a great day.